Hello everybody, welcome to Saturday's second video. I want to say lots to catch up on for myself, obviously being away for the last week, but I definitely want to look at the situation of crystal cleansing and see where we're up to at the moment. We've got a DNA 3000 post, we've got another kind of friendly post encouraging people to help out as much as possible, but of course crystal cleansing at the point of getting this video out stands at just below 500 million. Now of course things happen, you know. If we were hoping that we could get up to 1 billion, that is not the case. Of course it would be great, but it's just not the case at the moment. I just don't think we're actually kind of the main thing about this video will be about our trajectory is going down, not up. We'll talk about that in a minute. So where we're up to at the moment is great. Honestly, there's some really good things about this from a community standpoint, is that there's free stuff. The free stuff that we're at the moment is the sweet spots. We're getting primordial dust, tier 2 dust, which is good. It's a rare commodity for a lot of players. And of course, one of the main things about this whole event was just helping out as much as possible. I don't know if there was indications that Kabam were trying to do this to kind of figure out what people were willing to kind of put the effort in to do. And of course, we don't know if there's a ton of extra crystals that are available to help out. You know, that's another thing that we just don't know. Are people holding on to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of crystals? Still, that could be helping out the cause. Of course, never feel forced to open crystals because, as we said before, some people don't want to see a load of crystal remnants in the stash, which is something that I did, and I'm not learning, because it's like I did it on purpose, that I've got all of these here, all these boosts, just ready to kind of like use. There's tons of them, isn't it? Bad idea, Rich? I don't know. I'm helped out the cause. That's what I care about, is helping out as much as possible with the community. It's a community event, help out the community. The same thing with Battlegrounds. Probably next week, my last video on the crystal cleansing situation will be about, it's over now, what did we learn, what the community were willing to do and did, and also how is that going to be good or bad towards the next realm event, which requires you to do a lot more effort. And of course, there have been some things to improve that, but we don't know the future as to, if I could take a time machine, I'll go in the future and find out, like, is it going to be bad? When it comes, is it going to be better or worse than crystal cleansing? Anyway, let's get to some like stats, info, and other stuff like that. Of course, shout out to DNA 3000. And as we go on our trajectory and come in line, we are sort of there. We of course were past several weeks ago with the passive trajectory of what we needed to be at versus of course what we need to be achieving and what we're actually achieving, because we've gone there. If things go the way they are, we could be just over 600 mil. It's looking more like we're hitting the 750 mark, and which is something we said, like we'd hit about 750 mil, which is logical. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it, to see that it. I honestly was hoping we'd all hit the billion mark, but we're in unknowns. People obviously need to understand that it's an unknown, because we haven't done events like this. Kabam haven't given us the details of gone. Have we, and do we hit a billion, crystals being open on a monthly basis? We don't know. We don't know. Is it a case the average of crystals being open in the community is actually 600 million, and we are likely to overachieve? Again, that's another situation. Is this the wrong month to do it? I'd say quite logically, yes. If we were doing this particular event in December, Banquet event, Banquet crystals, I think we would have seen a different result to what we're going to see at the end of the month. But of course, it's not, and it's been run in September as a tester. Either way, you can definitely see the trend of kind of where we're going is not too great. There have been a few weird bumps. The Yankovic bump, as those might know about, Weird Al Yankovic, and that. I like that film. I thought it could have been more to the truth of it, because I just thought it might be a bit more, interesting. But it's weird, so it's Weird Al. We got a little bump, I think, at the start of the last week, start of this week, whatever. And Yeah, there's been a few kind of like mysteries, which of course for, you know, DNA 3000. Either Smog decided to start opening crystals, or Brian Grant was having a spin for Mod Marathon. So may have been some other kind of events going on. But I think it's good that we've hit at least the primordial tier 2 dust. And of course, give a full read to DNA 3000's post, because this is all very it's all very interesting to find out where we are and look at the stats. Of course, there was a big call from community members. I think this was at the end of last week. At the end of last week, we had you know, some, and I think this is why I have been vocal about going, hey, can we support this? Because it helps out lower players. Lower players having access to some of the stuff that we're having access to is very difficult for them. We have reached a point of some of the better rewards they may not get access to. Hey, 150 units is pretty nice to get for free. Us as a community got an additional 150 units. That's brilliant. And that's something to be happy about. Next, we're going into stuff like, if you... lower players would have access to like 6 stars now. But I suppose getting another 6 star potentially on a 5-star guaranteed is something good. The tier 2 dust, which if we're likely to get up to, say, 726 mil, at least we've got a profile picture. That looks okay. And there's one there. So we've picked up tier 2 dust wise, what is that? 2, 3, 4, maybe about half an ascension, half a 6-star ascension. For a lot of players, that's something they may not have access to. They may have had to kind of do other content in order to pick that up. But getting it for free is pretty nice. And if we are able to do that, then that's great. That's I think where this event needs to kind of be looked at. When it comes to spicy rewards, wait for the Battlegrounds one. We'll have to look at, actually, let's double check. We should double check the Battlegrounds for one. But I think it's substantially better from a community standpoint than it would be for this. But how you qualify for that, I think, will be another kind of key element to people's interest in it, because this one is not capturing people's interest. People aren't opening the volume of crystals, but maybe there's not the volume of crystals available. I put towards my event 3,500, which is there, and I can't do any more. There are some stuff I could do. I'll clear them, but I don't think I'm going to get to 4,000. And I haven't been super proactive in game as maybe I'd like to be, but other people have been very active. I don't know if we can see can we see the leaderboard from this one? Rank rewards. I can't remember where you kind of like go to see the. There must be something that I'm missing here. Participation. It's somewhere. I don't know where. Well, I'm probably like not clicking the right thing. Maybe I've got to go to leaderboard. Would it be under leaderboard? No. It's leaderboard. No. Anyway, it must be somewhere. I know some people have access to see it or have seen it, and I'm probably clicking all of the wrong things. Especially under, if I click rank rewards and then participation, I don't think it just gives my where other people are at the moment rather than me. But yeah. Anyway, whatever. I am really hoping that next Battleground season, we see a more, I'd say, active participation, especially if the milestone rewards, which are these ones here, so these are the ones I need to kind of make this kind of like bigger. And I don't know if that's maybe one of the reasons people haven't been as proactive. Of course, you've got to put in 5k, 5,000 points yourself in order to qualify. Kabam have improved that as well. But when you have access to 6-star shards, 7-star shards, Titan Crystal shards, and more, like there's more there with the milestones, it is going to be a more interesting, more desirable effort versus reward than this. And of course, for this one, you didn't really have to do much in the way of effort. So will people be putting in the effort in order to grab what they can grab? Well, that really kind of like is down to everybody. I have a full kind of like, you know, look at this particular event. But if we were to, I don't know, go to, again, averages here, we've got to put in 1.5 billion. So let's just put that into the old calculator, 150. 1.5 bill. divided by, again, 100. We'll go with, okay, we'll do 100,000 active players. Means that each player has to do 15,000 minimum. Now, if that's, what is that? It's 300,000 active players in Battlegrounds, because obviously you have to remember, you have to do stuff this time. You have to play the game. I'll play the game. Okay. It's probably 5,000, isn't it? But I'm just going to double check. Bless you, M. Who sneezed? Who's unwell at the moment? Poor M. Divided by 300,000 active people in... yeah, so there you go. So this requires, in a nutshell, 300,000 active players, assuming we've got that, and we may have more, we may have less, I don't know, in Battlegrounds. You'll each have to do 5,000, which you'll have to do in any case to do. So this should be better, question mark, than Crystal Cleansing. And the ending point of this video, the summarization is, we've not achieved what we're going to achieve about 750 million, maybe a little bit less. It's great that we picked up some free stuff, some free units, which is nice, but it doesn't look like any better. Will you be, and a question to you guys and gals will you be more active in Battlegrounds Realm event than you will be or have been with this event, or did it not tick your boxes, or you not opening crystal to see that stash which you saw, you know, for me, you know, thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now. Cheers.